You're listening to Off the Tracks, your #1 podcast, right here on YouTube. You can even catch us on Audio Boom and Spotify. So, enough of me talking. Sit back and enjoy Off the Tracks.
Welcome to Off the Tracks, your #1 podcast right here on YouTube. Everything related to theme parks. It is episode number 13. It's not going to be bad luck though, is it?
Hopefully not.
It's not going to be bad luck. However, though, it is the 28th of February 2020. Across the table from me, we do have Lewis. Lewis, welcome back.
Yes, hello. I'm looking forward to this podcast. We have some really good subjects to actually talk about.
Subjects. If you've not seen already, make sure you do check out our last podcast, Off the Tracks, with Harriet, one of my good friends, where we discuss everything from Port Ventura, time at working at Alton Towers. So make sure you do check that video out. Okay, subjects today, my friend. What have we got?
Okay, so the first subject is none other than tidal wave.
Tidal wave at Thorpe Park.
It is crazy.
It is. It's an insane ride. I love that ride.
I love it too. It's perfect when it's really hot, like 30 degrees in the summer.
Yes.
I guess that's why it gets really popular.
Absolutely, 100%. To be fair, it opened, believe it or not, it's been opened now for nearly 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, I think, it's 20 years in April it's been open. I know, it's insane. It's a very simple concept. If people don't know what tidal wave is, it is a boat ride. I think it's by the Hopkins something like that. I don't know, it's some kind of manufacturer it is. And it's pretty much a boat ride. It is just a...
Yeah, it's just go up, turn, go down. But then there's this huge tidal of like water shoots up and just crashes onto everyone.
Hence the name tidal wave. This ride is amazing.
Yes.
I love this ride in the summertime. We did it not long ago actually when we went with the Johnstons.
Oh yeah.
And they've never been to Thorpe Park, and they were like, "Oh yeah, tidal wave. You're not gonna get that wet on it." Wow. I remember Ellie going, "I'm absolutely soaking."
I remember that time actually. There were puddles because I'm pretty sure the water dripped down. Everyone decided to avoid it. I don't know why, because you just get drenched anyway, so there's no point.
Yeah, I remember discussing this. I think it was it with you when we was discussing? I think it was the Smiler queue line. We was on about big puddles.
Yeah,
puddles in the queue line of tidal wave, and yeah, people were just like
climbing around it on the fences.
Yeah, they were
and
like,
then...
I don't want to get my feet wet, and I'm like, do you know what ride you're about to actually get on? Tidal wave is one of the wettest water rides
in the UK.
In fact, there's a few that you can get wet on, such as Popeye at Islands of Adventure, and obviously Infinity Falls at SeaWorld. But in my eyes, in this country, you got Harvala and also Tidal Wave are the two wettest rides that I can think of. I adore Tidal Wave. I think it's one of the best rides at Thorpe Park. It's just a shame that it's in the UK and we don't get that much sun. I
guess the reason it's good is because in Thorpe Park, most rides are 1.4.
Yeah.
But tidal wave is actually 1.2, so even little ones like Liam can even ride it.
Yeah, it's really good to be fair. Like I say, it's nice to see Thorpe Park in that aspect of it's not just about the big coasters as well. There is like things for the little ones, not as much. However, there are things there for the kids, like you said, with the water rides of tidal wave. To be fair though, do you know how quick tidal wave goes? It goes a ridiculous 45 miles per hour. That is hitting over the speed of Nemesis, to be fair, on that one drop. Yeah, I think Nemesis does something like, I think it's like 46. I could be lying there. I don't know. I think I do know. I think it's not that far away from the speed and stuff of tidal wave.
Jesus, saying it's a 1.2 as well.
Oh mate, and to be fair, it does make me laugh though when you're in the only thing I have with tidal wave.
No theme. There's no theme to it at all.
No, I say there's no. There is. There's a church. I think it's like a church kind of roof.
Church.
Where everything's on the slant, like a tidal wave has hit it, and it's a clever concept. But I do think they need to vamp it up a bit.
Yeah.
I know in the queue line they've got like a shower. I think it's like a shower, like a part of a shower where you got the tiles, and then they've got a shower cap, and then you got the toilet seats and stuff like that. So it looks like a bit of the toilet's been ripped out of the house and plonked there. To be fair, it's it could just do with a bit more.
Just a little bit more detail here and there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just,
One thing I do like about tidal wave is there's a deck area where you can stand and the water crashes onto it.
Yeah.
And we got a really good shot because it all just shot up and went right into the camera, and it's so good.
It is. I remember when we went to when the Johnsons and we stood on the bridge and Liam had me GoPro.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he said, right, Liam, I've always wanted this shot of the wave coming towards you and film it. To be fair, I've never been brave enough to do it. And Liam was like, I'll do it. And I was like, all right then, wicked. There you go. There's the GoPro. Stick it on.
I bet you were thinking, like, it's just going to go over or it's going to be completely fine. But no, right into everybody. Everyone was soaking.
To be fair, sometimes you don't always get it on the bridge.
Yeah.
I remember, I think when we saw it beforehand, no one got wet on the bridge. But it's just the look of the draw and how heavy that boat is when it hits that water and you get this big, gigantic... It's got to be well over 60 feet. It's got to be, 40, 50 feet of water what goes up.
Yeah.
It's very
I'm pretty sure it goes higher than the drop.
Well, yeah, it's got that height and it's quite far away from the bridge as well. So if you think about that amount of water...
I also like how the queue goes quick because it can fit up to 20 people, and there's always like in a boat, and there's always like a boat behind it, and possibly even another boat. So usually that's like a 5-minute queue at most. So
yeah, you don't get many queues on it because of the throughputs. Because I think it holds something like 20 people.
Yeah.
In a boat, I think it's like 5 people per row or something like that. And to be fair, there's how it secures you in. It's crazy. It's just a
little pulling and that's it.
Yeah, it's just a little bar
and it's not even that tight as well.
No.
It's pretty loose.
My advice, if you are going to go on tidal wave, is do not wear your t-shirts. There's a few times where we've done it before and we've not worn any t-shirts at all because it's just, what's the point? You're just going to walk around wet all day unless you get a spare sets of clothes.
Especially a white t-shirt because your skin just peels everywhere. There's not one spot that's dry. It's all just soaking wet.
Yeah, I don't think I've known anyone who stays dry on that ride. Even when people bring their ponchos, I'm like, dude,
there's no point.
There's no point. You're just gonna get soaked. It's gonna go straight through your poncho. You have no idea how wet and forceful that wave, because you can't breathe when you first. That's another thing as well. When you hit that wave. And you go through the wave as well as the momentum as you're doing it. By God, it's just like heavier rain just all on you.
I remember the first time I went on it, it felt like forever. The water just gushing. It
does.
felt like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, when will this water just gush down? Because I remember you telling me, make sure to hold your breath because it doesn't go for quite long. I thought it was going to last like 2 seconds. It felt forever.
Yeah, I think you go on it for about a good 5-6 seconds of this just water just gushing on you. Wow, I love tidal wave. I do. I think if it's not...
It fits Thorpe Park. I can see that.
Yeah, because it's near the beach area as well.
Yeah.
You've got the soundtrack around it all. I just love it. I love tidal wave. And to be fair, I'm slightly jealous that we don't have it at Alton Towers.
Yeah.
I think Alton Towers is missing a water ride, a major one.
Because they have the rapids, but that's like
Rapids
awful.
is amazing. What are you on about, man? It's one of the best rides there. I'll tell you now. But no, I do feel that tidal wave should be abroad.
Yeah.
They did do one at where was it? Is it Portaventura? They had a water ride there.
Yeah, I think I do. I remember
wave.
that. Yeah.
You get wet, but not as wet as tidal wave.
I do remember it shooting up, but it kind of went behind the boat and it just
you didn't get that much wet on it. If I can remember it, I think they tried to make because they had the bridge as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I didn't see many people get wet on that bridge at all. I don't think anyone.
I didn't even see any water stains anywhere either.
But overall, tidal wave, a height of 85 meters. So that's quite. No, sorry, not 85 meters, 85 feet. That's quite tall.
I'm pretty sure it's next to Swarm.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure it's next to like Stealth, and like you can see it's only half of it, but it feels you're getting quite up there, so it feels like
it's
around
very
100
very
feet.
high. Obviously that's where it gets the speed of 45 miles per hour. But overall, like I say, 20 years old and it's still going strong. If anything, it's still a popular ride. It's clearly not popular when it rains. But overall, when the sun is shining, when it ever does in England, it is the perfect ride. If you are going to Thorpe Park and you want to, I want to go on a water ride, make sure you do Tidal Wave. It's an incredible ride. Really is.
You have other water rides at Thorpe Park, but Tidal Wave is just the best one there.
Yes, 100%. If anything, if it's got to be up there, my top water ride experiences.
It's just perfect to go on when the weather's amazing.
Oh, God, yeah, easy. So, Tidal Wave, then. Would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and what would you give it out of 10?
Oh, easily, I would give it a thumbs up, and I'd say I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I would give it an 8 or 9, but obviously theming's not great.
Right.
And obviously it doesn't last, because obviously it does last quite long, but after the drop, you pretty much spend like a minute just turning around.
Yeah, the turnaround bit where you get back to the station, it's a bit
boring.
Slow, but it is what it is. I'm going to give it a thumbs up as well, because I love Tidal Wave. And I'm going to give it also a 7 out of 10.
Oh, so the same, yeah?
Yeah, 7 out of 10. I think similar to what you were saying, could do with a bit more theming around the queue line itself. Does it need it? Not really. It is a one-drop wonder, a bit like Oblivion. It's a gimmick,
Yeah.
This is it, the vertical blum into the hole. Same with Tidal Wave. You're making a tidal wave,
Literally.
So it is a gimmick, but I love the gimmick, 100%. So yes, like I said before, I'm going to give it a thumbs up and give it a good solid, I'd say, 7 out of 10.
What a ride!
What a ride it is. Make sure you go on Tidal. Make sure you let us know. What would you give it a thumbs up, and what would you give it out of 10? Tidal Wave, if you've been on it. Our next subject then, Lewis.
Okay, so our next subject is probably one of the best rides at Alton Towers, and it's Hex.
Hex, the Legend of the Towers.
It's amazing.
My best dark ride I've been on.
I might say the same, because there's just so much theming towards it.
Just everything about it. Now, people who don't know what Hex is, it's a Vekoma madhouse experience where pretty much it's quite clever how it's done in sections.
Yeah. Spoilers, by the way.
Yes, there's going to be spoilers here. Pretty much, you end up going into the towers itself, and then you get kind of like bunched up in a batch pack or whatever you want to call it, and then you there's like a narrator telling you a story about Earl of Shrewsbury, and pretty much what happens is you kind of get the legend of that story of how he became a legend, and then you go through and watch what happened where he got cursed by the beggar woman.
Oh yeah.
And then that's in another pre-show, and then you go into another pre-show where pretty much you're in I think you're in a vault. I think it's the vault. No, you're coming into the secret vault.
Yeah.
And pretty much you're just before the library bit.
Area.
You got a big tower. They got TV screens when you got the witch there, and you got the
wind just starts gushing in, and you just see the witch pop up, and it's amazing.
And then you go through to the like a bookcase onto the ride itself, where it's pretty much I think it's like 60. No, sorry, not 60. About is it 30 something people on either end?
Yeah.
And then pretty much it makes you feel like you're upside down. Pretty much you're swinging like a pirate ship, and then but the outside of you is kind of
moving
rotating as well. So it feels like the whole the curse, the witch is obviously you're possessed by it all, by this fallen branch.
And it's amazing.
I've literally just trying to cram it quite short as possible. But if you've not been on it, go on it, because it tells you the story of it all. Now, I've just been reading my notes, and it says that ride lasts for 5 minutes. That ride lasts more than 5 minutes for the pre-shows.
Yeah.
It's got to be just the ride itself then. So you're looking when I say this, you're looking at a good 15 minutes experience.
But it's amazing all the way. I mean, the way they tell the story is incredible. And then you go in, you just see decoration everywhere, and then you feel as if you're a part of it, and it's just
to be
amazing.
fair, I've always said though, my experience when it comes to rides is the minute you go through the queue line to the minute you get on the ride and the minute you come off the queue line, That is my full experience.
And they have
Hex 100% does that.
Yes, I just love going into it. Even the queue's quite short as well. I remember just going into it. There's TV screens everywhere. There's like windows, and then the second you get in there, you're feeling like, oh my god, this ride's going to be amazing, and it definitely is.
I love it. I do. It's some people don't like it. I absolutely love it. It's a 0.9. So with people with families. Is it scary? I don't think it's scary. You got loud music.
There's like lightning every now and again, but that's about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think it's that scary. But I absolutely love Hex.
There's even other things outside of the towers, like somewhere outside of Alton Towers. You can actually try and find it. There's a tree as well. The
old chain, the old chain oak tree. Now, people it's part of the story's true. But obviously the other part isn't, where it says when he took the tree, the branch back to his lair, his cab,
chambers.
And they did. I think they say, but the story didn't end there. Yeah, it did. It ended there.
Yeah.
But the tree itself is still there. I put a photo up actually of because not long that we went to the old chain oak. Pretty much you can walk your dog. There's nothing, you don't have to pay to get there. It's a bit of woods and it's just outside Alton Towers. It's not far at all to get to it.
It's amazing to see, especially if you're a big fan of Hex. You're like, oh my god, I see it, and you want to take pictures. And
yeah, you do.
You want to have a look around it to see like all the chains and everything.
It's impressive. I must admit, when I remember taking you guys for the first time and saying, this ride does have a true story to it. It's not the whole truth, but the bits and bobs about it all. But you were like, when you saw it, it's like, wow, there is the actual old.
I just loved watching it, and then I just see it, and I'm like, I remember the first time I saw it, I would get really excited. I'm like, oh my god, it's the tree!
Yeah.
And I
absolutely loved Hex. To be fair, that's another ride. 20 years.
Really?
That's 20 years this year it's been open.
Oh
Hex.
my god.
And to this day, like Tidal Wave, it's still
amazing.
It's still amazing. Absolutely. So it proves the fact of, these rides what are old, they don't need chucking away. They've still got their the quality about them all. You could stick that ride anywhere in the world, a Hex, and it'd still be really popular.
I love how it's really cheap as well. They didn't spend a huge amount on it. I mean, I know 4 million sounds a lot.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind, 13 cost something like 20-something million, or it
4
was
million's a bargain.
Yeah, saying that ride's like probably like 10 times better than 13.
It's interesting. I love the ride. I like the concept of it, and I want to know more about the story.
I think they tried
guy.
to link 13 with it, but I just don't think.
Yeah, I don't know if it.
Because you did see the beggar woman or the witch
woman,
or something.
Yeah, in 13 you do, yeah.
But it was only like a 1 second appearance, and it was I think they tried to link it, but it just didn't work properly.
Oh yeah, I know that Alton Towers sometimes what they do is they kind of they do these behind the scenes. Where pretty much they take you behind the scenes of it all. Make sure you do the Hex experience because it's really interesting just to see how it all works. It is going to spoil bits and bobs about it. Oh, some people don't want that spoiler. Some people don't want that spoiler. But some people are angry about, how do I feel like I'm upside down here? But you're on a pirate ship, but on its side, if you get what I mean.
I do really like it because usually there are other rides like that. I think there was one at Blackpool as well.
Oh, don't even go down there. Oh my gosh, that is awful.
It's this really small room, and you can literally see the walls moving. It didn't have good effects, but with Hex, you could literally feel as if, oh my god, my head's going weird. I'm upside down.
It is the best one I've ever done like that. I know they've done one at Legoland. I think they've just done a new one, the Madhouse, the Bat one. But overall, it's a good ride. I definitely, I ride it every day, to be fair, and it doesn't even have big queues. And also, it's always a good hint as well to see if the park is busy or not, because if that has got a big queue, then the day is going to be extremely busy. Okay, so Hex itself then, would you give it a thumbs up or would you give it a thumbs down? And as always, what would you give it out of 10?
It's easily got to be a thumbs up, probably even a double thumbs up. And I'd say 10 out of 10.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Wow.
It's old, yes, but the theme is incredible. Because usually with rides now, there's like barely any theming to it. I mean, Wickerman's got a bit of theming because obviously it's the latest like coaster there, but it still hasn't got as much theming as Hex. There's a backstory to it, and the ride itself is just amazing.
Wow, 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, 100%.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Yeah, that beats. And I've been on a lot of dark rides, such as Transformers, such as Spider-Man. These are all dark rides, such as Ratatouille at Disneyland Paris. Been on that. My eyes, honestly, from the storyline, not the technical fix of it all, and the era that it's been there for 20 years. I say that will beat any ride there in the Disney, King Kong, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, 100%.
Hex 100% is one of my number one dark rides. I absolutely love this ride.
We need to do it.
I say, it's a thumbs up, and it's definitely a solid 9 out of 10.
I think we need to do a top 10 dark rides, if I'm honest.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That would be difficult to pick because I know we've been on a lot, but
yeah, I'm up for
I'd
that.
say Hex probably like right around number 1.
Well, as always, make sure you let us know. Do you think Hex deserves a high mark, or do you think it's a low mark? You're not too bothered by it. Would you give it a thumbs down? Some people don't like it. I know a few of my friends don't like Hex. They're like, oh, it's just Hex. I just love everything about it. The soundtrack, the ride itself, the whole storyline behind it.
The exit's a bit confusing because they don't really give you a way to go. Because I know there's a ton of way. I remember we know where we were going, but other families were going a different way. I don't know why, but we still decided to follow them.
We followed them anyway. That's our second home. We were like, let's just follow this random family. And I'm like, what are we doing?
And then everyone else was following behind us.
But in the meantime, they are our subjects. Yeah, like I said before, let us know what your thoughts on them rides. Okay, as always, every week, here we go. It's time for Question Time. Okay, this is a question time. This is when you have the opportunity to send in your questions to me and Lewis, and then we'll try and answer them honestly as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
You go first, are you? Okay.
Okay, so Craig Robinson asks,
hello, Craig.
What theme park has the best water rides, and why?
Has the best water rides? Europa Park has, I think it has about 3 water rides. I think it does. Brilliant water rides, absolutely incredible. In fact, they're not more water rides, more like water coasters. If anything, they've got tracks as well, and you go around and then you hit into a trough.
I think I've only went on one water coaster where it ends in a track or something. Because usually with water rides, you're in water.
Is it? Oh gosh, what's it called? It's in SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't think what it is now.
I don't know.
I'll just flash it at the bottom down here. I'd say Europa Park has good water rides. Not forgetting obviously Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure itself. Incredible water rides.
Oh, is it that Rapids?
Yeah, you've got the Rapids of Popeye, and then you've got
amazing.
Ripsaw Falls, like a log flume. Absolutely get drenched on it. But you've got the weather for it also.
Yeah, because it's always hot, like 30 degrees plus.
Always. Always. But stay close to the UK. I would say Europa Park does.
Thorpe Park as well with Tidal Wave.
Thorpe Park. With Tidal Wave, Alton Towers doesn't have anything. Tigress Falls, Fury, is it Tigress Fury or something? Chessington World of Adventure, what we discussed not long ago, a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not very good ride though, to be fair. It's not a great water ride. But overall, I personally think Europa Park has the best water rides.
I'm looking forward to going to Europa Park.
Mate, yeah, like I said, we're going in a few months. So thank you, Craig, for sending in your question.
Thank you.
I have a question. And it goes from Lonica Churchill. She asks, have you ever been stuck on a ride?
Yes, actually. It was quite a while ago. We went to Disneyland Paris, I think it was. And it was like a haunted house, like dark ride, I think.
Haunted mansion.
Yeah. I remember getting stuck. Well, I think I got stuck further on, but I remember one of them, somebody in our family was scared of werewolves. Yes. And they literally got stuck right where that was, and I could hear him screaming and everything.
I remember, yes, that was it. Oh, gosh, yeah, because, because all the kids all split up, and I think Kelly, your mum had the 2 lads with them, our friends.
Yeah.
And then there's a certain bit where it stops, and it stopped at a werewolf, but the werewolf was like constantly on like a loop of
just moving. I heard it was really scary.
Yeah, my mum, your mum came off going, do you know what? We could not have stopped at a wrong time. This werewolf just kept going at the kids all the time, freaking them out. But I don't think if it was a roller coaster.
I don't remember.
I did get stuck on Nemesis. No, it wasn't Nemesis. It was Galactica. Stuck on Galactica for a good 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
I don't think I was. Oh no.
Yeah, and to be fair, the weight on your chest hurts as well.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I was there at that time.
But to be fair, I've not really been stuck on rides. I've been fortunate in the fact of I've been looking at. I've never been stuck on them.
I'm trying to think if I've been stuck on any coasters, but I don't think I can remember.
The only one I could, obviously, like you say with the werewolf one, that was hilarious. That was at the mansion. Yeah.
I just loved them screaming their heads off, and then I'm just like with one of my friends, like laughing our heads off.
Oh mate, tell me about it. There we go, guys. That is Off the Tracks, episode number 13. We do hope you've enjoyed it. You also can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, don't forget to follow us on Audio Boom and Spotify. You can listen to us on them platforms too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, from me, Danny.
And Lewis.
Thank you for watching Theme Park Family. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.